Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for August 28th, 2013. It's currently 9:11 a.m. and it is rather muggy out there. Temperatures range from the upper 70s to lower 80s along the coast in the New York City metropolitan area and the Philadelphia metropolitan area. Dew points are actually up there as well in the mid 60s to lower 70s, supporting a rather tropical air mass. Over the interior, temperatures range from the upper 60s to lower 70s, and it is equally as humid with dew points in the mid to upper 60s. So we clearly have a humid air mass in place, and we have a threat for a few scattered showers, as you can see here in Reading. In portions of northeastern Pennsylvania, we have variable cloud cover throughout the region, and we also have variable winds. We also have some fog here over portions of southern Connecticut and in the Hudson River Valley around Poughkeepsie. So again, we have a humid air mass in place, and temperatures today will basically range from the lower to mid 80s along the immediate coast, mid 80s in the New York City metropolitan area and over the interior, and mid to upper 80s in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. On the latest surface map, you can see we have a stationary front basically cutting through eastern Pennsylvania with a cold front well off of the New Jersey coast. Weak high pressure is centered over New England, and we have a stationary boundary going back from basically southwestern New York all the way back through the northern plains. And we have another boundary over portions of southeastern Canada. This is where our polar air is. This is more of a continental tropical type air mass, and this is a really soupy tropical air mass with very hot weather conditions over the southern plains and the Mississippi River Valley. So we have three different air masses in play here. For the most part, we're dealing with these disturbances like this low pressure here and this low pressure here, trying to dive south and east, weakening as they do so, producing scattered showers. So here is our latest radar. You can see we have some scattered showers here moving through portions of eastern Pennsylvania that will also be moving through much of New Jersey. Now these showers will be widely scattered in nature, relatively weak, capable of producing a brief heavy downpour here and there. No severe thunderstorms are expected. The bulk of the precipitation is basically focused from western Pennsylvania down towards the Washington, D.C. metro and portions of Virginia and West Virginia. As far as Connecticut is concerned, I can't rule out an isolated shower here, but I think most locations will remain dry in Connecticut, much of Long Island, and much of southeastern New York. So if you have outdoor plans for this evening, be prepared for a few scattered showers, but it's not going to be a washout. They can look at the infrared satellite picture. You can see those clouds dropping south and east. Now again, we have this large ridge basically centered right here. So you can see the flow with these disturbances lifting north, intensifying over the northern plains. Then they move towards the Great Lakes, and then they drop south. So there's our ridge. And we have our trough axis right here. And we can see that even better on the water vapor satellite picture. Here's a rather impressive disturbance. Here's some more disturbances. As these disturbances drop south, they weaken, and then they start to re-intensify once they pass the base of the trough, which is right about here. So it's off the east coast. So that means that these disturbances diving in towards the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area are weakening, thus not much of a threat for severe thunderstorms, but a constant threat for scattered showers with occasional heavy downpour here and there. That weather pattern is going to be continuing on through the rest of the week and into this upcoming weekend. Now again, it's not going to be a washout, but more of a nuisance here. So here we are for today, our strong ridge anchored over basically Missouri and the central Mississippi River Valley with a nice heat wave going on here. And you can see our trough axis off the coast and our disturbances dropping south and east. Meanwhile, at the mid-levels, we have more of a southwest to westerly wind transporting plenty of humid air into the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan areas. So again, this isn't a heat wave, it's just normal summer-like weather. Temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, a little bit of humidity, an occasional shower here or there. Not anything on the out of the ordinary, so to speak. So again, we have basically the same pattern tomorrow, and we have the same pattern again for Friday, and for Saturday, and for Sunday. Now, we start to see a bit of a shift in the pattern by the time we get into Sunday evening. This disturbance is the first of several that will start to carve out a nice trough in the eastern United States. You can see our ridge starts to shift more towards the Rockies, and we start to get more of a ridge trough scenario setting up over the eastern United States. So by next week, what we start to see is a deeper trough starting to take shape. Our temperatures on Monday will remain in the mid to upper 80s away from the coast, lower to mid 80s along the immediate coast, upper 70s to lower 80s over southern Long Island. By the time we get to Tuesday, a very strong cold front will move through, widespread showers and thunderstorms. This is going to be the first of several cold fronts that will move through, and we'll notice it because after this cold front moves through, we'll be hard pressed to break 80 degrees if the latest model guidance is correct here. This is a rather potent polar air mass that is expected to build in, and if we trust the 850 millibar temperature forecast here, it looks like we're going to be seeing more fall-like weather just in time for the first NFL football games on the eastern United States. That is the latest forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. Follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. Have a great day. Stay safe out there.